and Brownie.
It's a podcast bonus. Christa and Charles Billich. They're Australia's oldest swingers. What else do you have to say? Nothing? Okay. Suppose it's better than having an interview with someone from Love Island or MAFS or an influencer. At least these people have got an interesting story, I guess. Here's Christa and Charles.
This is true. Welcome, Charles and Christa Billich.
Thank you for having us.
Now, when they say the world's oldest swingers, I saw you both roll your eyes. Probably the most famous local swingers, I would say.
Well, I would say we are
the
probably...
most mythical.
Yeah.
The most mythical, you know, because, been there, done that a long time ago. And now we purified ourselves a little bit.
When did you make the decision to be swingers?
Purified?
No, to be swingers, the initial dirty decision.
As you know, you may not know, it just happens. At this point of the moment.
But how does that conversation...
It's to do with passion, to do romance.
How does that conversation start, though, Charles? Did you lead that conversation, or did you lead that conversation, Christa?
No, I think it was my darling husband.
It's not about words, it's about deeds.
Yeah.
And...
so you were playing up with
mutual attraction, I remember the days when we used to get home and get undressed and make love on the threshold. It's too far away to go from the front door to the bed.
Yes.
Of course. So you couldn't even make it to the bed, Charles. You had to, as soon as you got through the door, it was on.
Great time.
I think my blood pressure is going up a little bit.
Yeah. Mine too, Christa. Yes, I've had a big weekend. I'm not ready for this.
That's the way it starts. You just talk a little bit and then suddenly you say, okay, all right, well, we're all human beings,
Starts with passion and deeds, Charles.
That's it.
That's it. It's do. Don't talk.
Charles,
don't talk.
Speaking of passion,
I love it.
Do you have any special moves?
Moves?
Yeah.
Special positions.
Yes.
It's a tantric club that I'm into.
Like Sting.
Treated your whole body as erogenous.
Yes.
Not just a certain localized parts of you. Caressing, stroking. Look, I don't think this is a porno show or anything.
No.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
6 cock arrows sometimes funny.
When did you, do you remember the first person that you swung with, Christa?
Oh, no.
You don't remember?
No.
What about you, Charles?
I choose to have a selective memory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably good option, Charles. Good answer.
What are the rules between you two for swinging?
Well, it's actually not the swinging. Everybody talks about that small part of it. It started that Charles wanted to have an open relationship.
Right.
So when you, like Charles, has a selective memory, and when he forgets on the wedding night that he's actually got married that day and picks up the photographer...
so that was...
Wow, Charles.
So you better make a decision how to go forward.
Yeah.
So you're saying that your husband Charles slept with the photographer on your wedding day?
Night, yeah.
On the wedding night.
He was still okay during the day, and I'm sure he was quite sure he goes forward with it.
It was more like an interview. It was a media interview.
Exactly.
Sure.
She was working for the local press.
Well, the gift registry is different at all weddings. You know what I mean?
Did you at least get the bridal waltz, Christa?
Oh, yeah, and the cake.
Yes.
And that was the end
Well,
of
they're
it.
the big two, aren't they, really?
The rest didn't go through.
No.
So is that the first time when Charles slept with the journalist/photographer? Was that the first time on your wedding night? Was that the first time you realised that he wanted an open relationship?
That was the first time we sort of the next day, which was a bit sticky, you can imagine.
Yes.
And,
Particularly for
Need a mop.
Charles.
so, and you sort of have to make a decision. I'm a pretty rational person, and I saw more in him than just, the sexual part of it. And I thought, well, if I want to stick to this guy, and if you're not going to, now I walk out and you walk out and the whole...
It's a mess.
It's a mess. And I said, well, then Charles said, why don't we have an open relationship? I think that would suit all of us.
Much more
Better.
civilized.
Yeah.
Charles, did you think about mentioning that in the vows?
No, I don't think so because I didn't speak at the vow. It was the
Probably
priest
busy.
doing all that.
Yeah, they do tend to
So
hold the limelight.
I just consented and I assented, and everything was.
And you're still married, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
As a matter
happily.
of fact, I have a little advice for people. Not to be possessive, not to be strict with each other, to be very forgiving. Not bear grudges. Be positive. Move on. Everybody.
It sounds good.
Everybody is a sinner.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
There's no exceptions here. Believe me.
Correct.
Charles, you're a famous artist as well, and amongst your pieces, you've painted a portrait of your wife, and you gave it to Hugh Hefner. Is that correct?
No, Hugh Hefner's wife came to see me here. As a matter of fact, she
Really?
came to Melbourne to be painted by me.
Before they got married.
Before they-
They had a bit of a problem just before the wedding, that something went
And,
wrong, and so
actually,
she came here.
That instance was corrective towards with us because we more or less stopped playing after that event because I taught a lesson. I learned a lesson. She came here, and because we've been going to many parties at Hefner's, he's got a party every night.
Jeez.
Whether it's a large party.
You missed
or
out, guys.
2,000.
Yeah, didn't we?
He's up with the angels now.
Did you go to the grotto at the?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
But I was going to say, he was going to bed at that point with 2 or 3 of his favorites.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
But when she was actually here, when she was here with me, she said he was very jealous of me.
Yes.
And I painted a beautiful portrait. Sorry, I can't show you. But he insisted on her coming back to Hollywood. And she did go back, but prior to that, she said, I'll come back if you promise not to swing any longer, every night. I don't have to share you with other girls, So yes, he consented, and he said, I'll be a good boy. And so she went back to him.
And did he stick to that?
They got married. We were invited to the marriage.
Yeah, to the wedding.
It was the best wedding I attended. I think it was
Yeah.
about 2,000
Yeah.
people.
Sad when the great ones
on the
fall.
ground.
But I think one thing what my darling husband keeps forgetting, it's terribly easy to be very, very loyal when the girl is 26, he is 86. Maybe nature helps you a little bit, that you're not having
on.
these roving hormones in your body, and you find it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Guys, I feel like we've made lifelong friends today. Christa and Charles Billich, Australia's most iconic swingers. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.